The midnight duel. From the very start, Harry had a strange feeling about Snape. Something about his cold eyes and sneering voice made Harry feel like he had a hidden agenda. As time passed, that feeling only grew stronger, especially after Harry noticed a nasty injury on Snape's leg, one that looked suspiciously like a bite. Harry, Ron, and Hermione began to suspect that Snape had tried to get past the massive three-headed dog, Fluffy, who was guarding something behind a trapdoor on the Forbidden's third-floor corridor. Why had Snape been near it at all? And what exactly was being protected so carefully? These questions haunted Harry's thoughts. Despite Hermione's usual rule-following nature, even she couldn't resist the mystery surrounding Snape and Fluffy. Their suspicions deepened when they overheard a strange encounter between Snape and Professor Quirrell. Snape seemed to be threatening him, and Quirrell looked terrified. Something bigger was going on, something dangerous. Then came the night of the so-called duel. Malfoy challenged Harry to a wizard's duel at midnight, clearly hoping to get him into trouble. Harry, stubborn as ever, accepted, and Ron insisted on going with him. Hermione tried to stop them, but when they wouldn't listen, she followed along with Neville, who had been locked out of his dorm. What started as a duel turned into a real adventure. Instead of Malfoy, they ran into Mrs. Norris, Filch's cat, and were forced to flee. But while trying to escape, they accidentally stumbled upon the Forbidden's corridor. And Fluffy. There it was, the massive three-headed dog, guarding a trapdoor in the floor. The sight was terrifying. But one thing was clear, this beast was there to protect something. Something very important. When they finally made it back to their dormitories, hearts still pounding, the truth settled in. Snape wasn't just being mysterious. He was trying to steal whatever lay beneath that trapdoor. And Harry knew they had to stop him. Halloween. As Halloween approached, Hogwarts was filled with the scent of pumpkin spice and the glow of floating candles. Enormous pumpkins decorated the Great Hall, and excitement filled the air. But Harry's mind was still on the mystery of the trapdoor and Snape's intentions. Soon, however, his attention was drawn to something else: Quidditch. Professor McGonagall had seen Harry's flying skills and recruited him as the new seeker for Gryffindor, the youngest in a century. Harry was shocked. He had never even heard of Quidditch before coming to Hogwarts. And now he was part of the team. While Ron was thrilled, Malfoy was furious and clearly jealous. Malfoy challenged Harry to a wizard's duel, but it was a trap. He never intended to show up. Instead, he planned to get Harry caught sneaking out at night. Once again, Harry, Ron, Hermione, and Neville found themselves roaming the castle after curfew and running into trouble. They barely escaped Filch and, once again, found themselves in front of the three-headed dog. But this time, Hermione noticed something new. Fluffy was asleep and soft music was playing nearby. That was the secret. Music put the dog to sleep. Now they knew how someone could get past the beast. It wasn't just about strength or courage. It was about knowledge and timing. But the most terrifying moment came during the Halloween feast. Everyone was enjoying the celebration when Professor Quirrell burst into the Great Hall, shouting, "Troll in the dungeons thought you ought to know." Panic erupted. Students screamed. Teachers rushed to organize the chaos. But Harry and Ron realized something terrible. Hermione didn't know about the troll. She was alone in the girls' bathroom. Without hesitation, they rushed to save her. Inside the bathroom, they found a 12-foot mountain of filth, the troll lumbering toward Hermione. In a moment of bravery and quick thinking, Ron used the spell Wingardium Leviosa to levitate the troll's club and knock it out, while Harry distracted it by jumping on its back. They survived. Just barely. When the professors arrived, Hermione covered for them. She lied and said it had been her fault. that she had gone after the troll, and they had only tried to help. It was a lie born out of loyalty and friendship, and from that moment on, the bond between the three of them became something unbreakable. Support us for next chapters.